のことしかってよミスター
Hello everyone and welcome into the 3-digit World Cup semi-finals. We are here with our last match of the weekend between Brazil and Germany, two teams who at the start of the tournament I think a lot of people could have looked to, especially out of qualifiers, to take the whole thing, now facing up here for even a chance at top 6 in this loser's bracket match. My name is Dio. I'm going to be walking you through this match alongside Mr. Fieryrage. Good morning, Fiery.
Morning. It is stellar at 9 a.m. in the morning for the Pacific Coast in the United States, and I'm ready to watch some matches.
Well, here's hoping Brazil versus Germany will wake you up a bit here at the start of the match. These are two teams who have already played a match this weekend, right? They are in losers bracket. They have already gone through two separate teams. I believe Brazil beating out Sweden earlier this weekend and Germany beating out the UK. Both of those matches were fairly solid for the winning team, but I think Brazil having a much tougher time on this map pool with a 6-4 victory over Sweden. Germany with a pretty convincing 6-2 win over the UK earlier this weekend. And a lot of Germany's scores, especially on speed, as expected of them, are very, very good for this map pool. So I expect both teams to kind of know what they want to pick and ban in this match already.
Yeah, I imagine, just looking at the previous MP links, DT4 is probably going to be a likely ban from Brazil here. Germany almost three-weighing that in their match, all of them slider breaking on the exact same slider, but still getting 900k on that per player. I feel like that would probably be a realistic ban that we will see from Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, the double time 40, like you said, had a very, very solid score from Germany. I think DT2 also was one of the maps they just kind of demolished on. Across the aisle, though, Brazil having some very good scores on Hard Rock 3. Corey and Maluka with a full combo there in particular, looking very, very good for Brazil. And then a couple of other places where I think Brazil has some pretty likely candidates to beat out Germany here. The Nomad 6 and Hidden 3 in particular. Definitely not Germany's strong suit, the low approach rate reading.
I'll tell you what is the strong suit for Brazil, rolling very high, 96 for Brazil. Still waiting for them to get some players in the lobby, though.
I do believe we already saw a third player for Brazil in the lobby at some point. So we should be fine to just continue onward with the bans and picks here at the start of the match. We do get a Nomad 6 ban from the side of Germany. Kind of expected after seeing the scores between the two teams, just comparing the previous MP links on this map pool. Nomad 6 definitely not a good map for Germany, and I think something that Brazil would have a pretty easy time abusing against them. Again,
Yeah,
probably
none of the German players breaking above 500k on that map. Meanwhile, over on the Brazilian side, you have Corian with a 500k score on that of his own. Zubs as well with a 400k to follow that up, so not really too surprising to see that being banned here. And as we were talking earlier, I imagine Brazil, I don't know if they would necessarily ban DT2, but I definitely think they will ban DT4.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that should be one of the bans for them in this matchup. They don't ban Double Time 4. I mean, it's just a free pick for Germany, but frankly, I don't see what else they would want to ban besides, like, maybe Nomad 5 or DT3 maybe? I don't know. I mean, the speed picks in general are probably going to go the way of Germany, despite the fact that Brazil does have a pretty good speed roster overall. Just much better for Germany, I think. There's going to be a Nomad 2 ban here for Brazil. A little bit interesting on the Nomad 2 ban. But Germany actually did have, I think, a 2.5 million team score. So very, very solid overall score for them. There's the hidden 3 ban from Germany, as expected.
Yeah, not too surprising to see Nomad 2 being banned by Brazil. Germany did get a 2-way FC on that, as well as a 1 miss from Kriller on that, so they are definitely more than comfortable on that. Meanwhile, over on the Brazilian side, you have a bit more shaky scores in comparison.
Yeah, I don't think anybody breaking, like you said, above 500k on that pick for Brazil. It's just not their kind of map this weekend. So Germany certainly with a very solid advantage on that map. Definitely makes sense for Brazil to be banning it out. I hope we see a DT4 ban here from Brazil. I think that would make a lot of sense, again, comparing the previous matches. So I'm hoping we are able to see that pick banned out. It definitely makes sense.
Oh, if Brazil doesn't have Nissan, okay, that makes DT2 probably a likely ban as well. I'm actually not sure what they would ban in that case. They could go for DT2 or DT4, and I feel like DT2 would actually probably be a better ban in this case.
Well, we'll see what they end up going with. Timer's running out on the ban here from Brazil. So I'm not sure exactly what they're gonna do here. A Hard Rock 2 ban. Okay. Really a little bit confused by that ban. Maybe Corey Maluko in particular not feeling super good on the Hard Rock today. Because that is an interesting ban, given the fact that Double Time 2 and Double Time 4 both look so good for Germany in this matchup. First pick to Brazil, though, kind of expecting something like the Hard Rock 3 as a first pick, if not, maybe one of the other free mods like Go Berserk.
Yeah, kind of surprising to see a Hard Rock 2 ban on that, but it is Brazil's pick to follow up. We'll see what they decide to go for. As you were mentioning, Hard Rock 3, I would not be surprised to see that coming out here.
be interested to see what the first pick is exactly. General pick strategy, I think, for both teams is pretty clear cut in this match, though. I mean, you've got all 4 speed maps open for Germany, who have been the better speed team overall in this tournament. On paper, you have a lot of really good speed players in Brazil, Mistia and Nissan, of course. But, you know, the German squad has just been better on the speed. They are going to go with free mod 1 for Brazil. So this is a venture into gimmick territory, specifically flow-aim gimmicky stuff, where you've really got a lot of super tough stream shapes and wiggles, accel, decel patterns, etc. All over the place in this map. Just a very, very tricky map overall to do well on.
Considering Germany's scores on this during their match against UK, and none of them breaking above 500k on this, I can see this pick working out for Brazil, but it's definitely an interesting opener, I'd say.
Well, looking for a good start to this matchup from Germany. Corey Maluko, Zubs, and Luis in for Germany, or for Brazil, excuse me. Expecting Hard Rock for Corey Maluko on this pick. Not sure who's going to take the second mod for Brazil. It is going to be Zubs with Hidden here. Hard Rock and Hidden for Shark and KHZ, respectively. Kriller taking no mod over KHZ on Hidden for Germany is definitely interesting. KHZ been playing more and more Hidden in tournament recently, which is definitely an interesting thing to see from him.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to be running the same roster that they did on the UK match. Yeah, as you were saying, KHZ running Hidden over Kriller. Definitely not something that you would expect to see, but we'll see how it plays out for them. Corey Maluko with the first miss pretty early on in the match, or map rather, so not going to matter quite as much yet.
Spacing on this map is really tough with Hard Rock. Shark finding that out as well. Finding a miss right before this second key eye time, and now combo advantage back over to Brazil. The accuracy lead for Corey Maluko over Shark as well is really helping the score lead for Brazil at the moment. Luis missing on the no mod is not going to, however, as well, Kriller does match the miss, however, on the side of Germany. So one full combo to one. It is Zubs versus KHZ, both on the full combo with Hidden right now.
Corian also building up his combo nicely from his early miss. Shark going to be missing once again, not going to be really helping things much at all. About halfway through the map, it's pretty much down to whether or not these FCs will have unfortunate misses on some of these patterns, and does not seem like that's really likely for now. Oh, well, there goes KHZ, and now Zubs. That's what I get for saying anything. Now Maluko with the highest combo in the match.
Yeah, trade of breaks for the full combos on Hidden from either side. Shark and Corey Maluko both trading their combos as well. Kriller now actually on the no mod has a chance to pull this back for Germany, but it's about a 200,000 score lead, so he's going to have to hold basically through the entire rest of the map here. If he wants any chance of bringing it back. KHZ and Shark both missing again does not help the case for a comeback here from the side of Germany. But this first pick for Brazil, a little tenuous at this point. They do need to hold on to some of these combos, but it looks like that score lead is actually going up just a bit in the favor of Brazil, since they have all of that supporting combo built up on all three players.
Yeah, this is a pretty solid first pick, I'd say, from Brazil. Going to be winning it fairly convincingly, almost a 300k score gap, despite a pretty nice combo from Griller at the end here. Just not going to be enough.
Yeah, solid all-around scores from both teams, honestly. Both teams with somebody in the 500 and 600,000 score range. Really the difference coming from the third players there. Shark just not having a good time on the Hard Rock, whereas Corey and Maluko able to match the score coming out of KHZ, and Louise just having a much better time on Nomad than Shark did with that Hard Rock. So very solid overall performance from Brazil. All three members pretty comfortable on the map, all things considered. And we get a pretty much instant double time 4 pick as the first pick for Germany here. Really expected first pick, I think. Yeah, not a lot else to say about it, other than, yeah, this was a very expected first pick. We talked a lot about the sheer score difference between the teams, but it's worth reiterating that Germany just absolutely smashes this in the 1v1 based on the 2 previous MP links that each team has.
I will say, though, that Brazil didn't necessarily get a bad score on DT4. They had an FC and a 900k slider break from Corian, I believe. It was just mostly down to their third player, I think, which was Subs, was not having the best of times on the map, but he still got 500k, so if Germany doesn't replicate their 3-way, or almost 3-way that they had, this could get a bit dicey for them.
Looking for a solid performance from both teams on this one. I think Shark Rising Kriller is just kind of a nasty roster for Germany at the moment. It looks like Brazil is going to be sticking with the same roster of Corey, Maluko, Zubs, and Louise for this map. No planned changes, it doesn't seem like, for them. So we'll see how this one goes for this team. I'm expecting, though, for this to be a really super solid pick for the side of Germany. I mean, they've just got so many very, very good speed players and finger control players on this roster. I think it makes a lot of sense for them to win this one out here.
Getting into the second map of the match here.
Hopefully Louise and Rising able to get in on this one. There we go. Just to talk a little bit about this map. 217 BPM finger control at a relatively high approach rate, AR 10.1. Not a lot else to say besides that. This map focused on doubles, quads, a little bit of aim control in this pick as well. But this is a much more standard double time 4 than some of the high BPM alt stuff that we've had in DT so far this tournament.
So far, so... Okay, never mind. There goes Shark. That's one of the combos already gone on the side of Germany, and that's kind of what I was saying. If they don't replicate their performance, then this could get a bit dicey. Zubs also did miss early on in the map, but has recovered his combo fairly nicely here. It's just mostly the accuracy difference that is keeping Germany in this for now. That score lead is going to shift over pretty quickly.
There goes Louise.
That.
Yeah, the finger control section there with the aim control baked in, really getting to Louise here in the last quarter of the map or so. Rising and Kriller still holding on to the full combos, and only Coria Maluka with the FC left up for Brazil. This is looking much, much better now for Germany, but there goes Rising, actually dropping one of those full combos. So once again, combo advantage back to Brazil with Zub's recovered combo versus Shark, down about 350 combo on that. But there goes Zubs on a slider break, and that now swings right back over to Germany once again, matching full combos for Kriller and Coria Maluka. And at this point, I think it's safe to say Germany going to be able to take this one as we get into the last little sliver of map here.
Yeah, but not as convincing as the MP Link would have suggested otherwise, I'd say. Only about a 200k point win for Germany on that, and one misses from Zubs and XX Louise. That could have really gone any other way, I think. Solid 4-100 FC from Corian, though.
Yeah, Coria Maluka, finger control, act kind of stuff. He is very, very good at that. Notable hard rock player from Brazil, of course, very good at this type of finger control double time 4 pick as well, just because of how solid his act is overall in hard rock. Reading that AR 10.1, no real challenge for him there, and makes sense. He's able to pull out that score for Brazil, one of the best all-rounder players from their country as well. Somebody who I think gets a little bit underrated in tournaments because he doesn't have a lot of badges, but he has a ton of second place finishes and third place finishes and fourth place finishes. And in open rank, those really do mean a lot more than people usually give credit for. So definitely a player to watch out for on the side of Brazil all throughout this match.
Brazil to follow up that DT4 pick with a pick of their own. Imagine they're probably not going to want to play DT or No Mod 5, so that really only leaves the 3 mod pool and Hard Rock 3, I'd say. Maybe some of the hiddens if they wanted to go for that, but... well, yeah, okay, it seems like they will be going for the hiddens. Hidden 2, the next pick for Brazil.
I think this pick's fine, right? They won 3 mod 1. Hidden 2 seems like an okay next pick for them. The maps aren't entirely the same, but they fall into a similar category of kind of tricky flow aim. This map much more difficult because of high spacing rather than weird stream shapes and cornering like what we saw in Free Mod 1 with all the wiggles and weird wonky circle, square stream shapes. This one much more standard in terms of the direction of the streams, but far, far higher spacing than anything we saw in Free Mod 1. Notably, about 3/4 of the way through this map, there is a big diff spike that picks up in intensity hugely. I don't think a single player has actually full comboed the diff spike so far. I think we had one player full combo the diff spike so far this weekend. So you're really looking at the first 3/4 of this map to make the scores for either team. the hidden rosters in for both teams. It looks like same roster once again for Brazil. Corey Maluco, Zubs, and Luiz. Did work out for them just fine on that free mod 1 pick, so don't fix what ain't broken. Definitely an interesting tidbit, though, that they have not changed any of their members so far. We'll have to look out and see if we do see Mistia or Nissan or I'm forgetting the last player on their roster here, but if we see anybody else come in, really, for Brazil.
Well, I'll tell you right now, we are probably not going to be seeing Nissan. They did a where is in the chat prior to this, and he was not online, so... Relatively smooth beginnings for the map here. As you were saying, the beginning is where you really want to start building up all this combo, because the ending of this is quite ridiculous. But the accuracy advantage pretty solidly in favor of Brazil. Now the combo advantage as well off of KHZ's slider break there. Orion does trade it out. So far, we've only seen, I think, slider break so far. Willie with a slider break as well. One shift combo advantage back to Brazil in the latter stage of the map here, but this is where the map gets fun. This is where the diff spike happens, and we'll see if anyone can hold their combo through this part. There goes Zubs.
There goes KHZ and Willie as well. Corey Maluco, Luiz, and Kriller all holding. There goes Luiz, so it is Corey Maluco and Kriller still holding for either side. Kriller, though, on the full combo at the moment for this map. Does find a slider break, though, right at the end of the diff spike. Corey Maluco hitting the entire thing and able to make sure that this pick stays on the side of Brazil with that high combo. Two players basically hitting the whole diff spike there, though, in Corey Maluco and Kriller, just kind of showing off what a high-level lobby this is. Both of them with really incredible scores. 850k on this map for Kriller is just kind of ridiculous. Corey Maluco hitting the ending and bottom scoring for Brazil says a lot about just how consistent the other two members are on the first part of that map, though, for Brazil. 1 and 2 misses for Luiz and Zubs, respectively. What a team score from Brazil, actually. That's a very, very solid overall score.
Yeah, very solid pick from them. 2-1 now, as Germany gets to pick their next. And not too surprising, I suppose, DT2 is the immediate pick from Germany.
Yeah, I mean, they want finger control speed. They pick DT2. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot to say about this pick other than it's pretty similar to what you see in DT4, but it is not a high approach rate. There's more of a focus on doubles, and there's more of a focus on some of the longer streams, right? So you're going to see relatively similar scores, I think, from both teams. Given how close Double Time 4 was, though, I think we can see the potential for some upsets on either side with this map.
Seems like we're going to be seeing the same roster from both teams on this map, which kind of begs the question if Brazil even have Mistia as well. because okay, never mind. I guess okay. Well,
There it is.
I
There
ate
we
my
go.
own words immediately.
Manifesting Mistia for Brazil. Thank you, Fiery.
No problem. I'm glad I could help.
Definitely a good swap, though, I think, for Zubs. Zubs is a good all-rounder, but this is kind of what you put Mistia on the team for, right? If they're not playing speed, then why are they there? So I like having Mistia in for this map. Definitely would have liked to see Nissan if he were around for this map. I think the fact that Louise is in for this pick really just shows that Nissan is absolutely not here. You already touched on it earlier, but yeah, at this point, I think it's pretty much confirmed Nissan not going to be playing this match. So Brazil going into this map with probably a suboptimal roster. We'll see how it turns out for them, though. They've been very competitive on all the rest of the picks so far. So even if it's not maybe the optimal roster for them, they definitely still have chances to take these breakpoints. Okay, well.
So far, not looking too hot for them, though. I'll say that much. Luis and Mistia dropping some pretty early breaks. KHZ does follow up, though. So the lead is actually going to stay in favor of Brazil temporarily here. There is a very slight combo advantage for Germany, though. Just off the 2 FCs. KHZ with another break. So not nearly as a dominating performance as we saw from Germany on the UK match already. Kriller and Shark trying to make up for those breaks with pretty solid accuracies from them as well, but despite the early misses from Brazil, seem to have recovered fairly nicely now.
Yeah,
Mistia pretty much on the FC.
With that miss from KHZ as well, right around the halfway mark. I mean, you're looking at a pretty big combo lead for Brazil right now. Very likely to continue to extend the score lead. It's the second half of this map. Not all that difficult in comparison to the first. I think getting a little bit easier on the finger control and just kind of burstier at this point, which all of these players should be completely fine on. Only 232.5 BPM. This is not too fast of a map to be playing bursts on at this level in the semifinals.
Well, a third of the map remaining. Anything can still happen. 2 FCs on the board for Germany, and KHZ now recovering the combo. But 3 1K combos from Brazil make this pretty dire situation. We're going to need to see Brazil miss a lot here. Corian Maluko opens it up, and oh my god, that score gap is...
Oh,
my
no,
god,
wow.
That score
Oh,
gap
God.
that score gap is going in the opposite direction. Just like that.
Yeah, that is... Well, you said they needed to miss a lot. How about a 3-way break? How about a 3-way reset for the whole team on Brazil? Man, it was so close to looking just absolutely incredible for Brazil there with the double full combo and very good recovered score from the side of Luis. But, yeah, not meant to be, I suppose. Unfortunately, capped at around 800k for every member breaking at the exact same time from Brazil. Germany able to pull out the 2-way full combo with Kriller and Shark, and KHZ bringing up the rear with a still respectable 700k there, more than making up for the difference in score after the 3-way 800k for Brazil. Solid pick for Germany, looking a little shaky there for a moment, though. Not gonna lie, if that 3-way break didn't happen, this would have been a far closer of a map.
Yeah, that was just honestly a pretty unfortunate set of circumstances for Brazil there. They were looking so good, and then in the span of 3 seconds, it's just gone. It was Germany's pick, so we'll see what Brazil opts to pick. As a follow-up to this, I'd imagine they'd probably not want to pick into Hidden 1, since that's a bit more different than Hidden 2, and it also has some funny diff spikes, I'd say, that I don't think you'd really want to deal with if you're trying to get at least a guaranteed point on the board. Hard Rock 3 is going to be the pick. This is the one that I was thinking that they would pick, if not Free Mod 3. So, good to see them pick this, and this is I'd say, pretty favored pick for Brazil.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the scores yesterday, though, for Brazil on this map. Aside from Korea and Maluko's, not the best scores, but Korea and Maluko in particular, I mean, is just so good and so consistent at these CS 6.5 Hard Rock picks that you almost just want to let him carry on these types of maps, right? I mean, he full comboed yesterday with 98 AC on this map. It was a 4 miss and a 7 miss from Luiz and Zubs, respectively, but the full combo from Korea Maluko is just absolutely bonkers on this type of map. So very, very good stuff from him. We did not see Germany play this map in particular yet. We do go to the Precision pick last weekend as well. They did not play last weekend's Precision map in Hard Rock. And so you've kind of got some unknowns on this map. What we do know, though, is that Brazil is feeling very comfortable on this pick, and hopefully they're going to be able to show that off a little bit in this match.
Currently waiting on a third player from either team right now. It seems like Rising going to be the third player for Germany, but still waiting for Brazil. I imagine it's just going to be the same roster that they went with last time.
I would assume it is Zubs to come in for Brazil here. There he is. Okay. We do have our 6 members now for both teams. We should be getting into it in just a moment. This map, for anybody who hasn't followed along with the matches this weekend, a map that really focuses in on slider jumps, not necessarily the type of slider aim that you see in stuff like No Mod 4, but slider jumps at CS 6.5 with Hard Rock. A little bit of a reading challenge, this map as well. Just generally kind of tricky stuff, that sort of light tech mapping style that you often get with CS5 maps. Yugu still managing to make this one relatively tricky in spite of the slightly more simple mapping style than a lot of his other maps.
Well, Korea and Maluko, right off the bat, not going to be having the FC this time around, but pretty much dead even breaks from both teams so far in the early stages of the map. 2 FCs remaining on Kriller and Zubs. I imagine not for long. Yep, okay, well, there goes Kriller.
Zubs now the only full combo left in the lobby. Basically no combo on Germany. It's only Shark with matching combo for Korea Maluko right now. Rising finding another break alongside Kriller, both breaking on that stream section halfway through. This now just looks better and better for Brazil. Luiz does drop the combo there, but Korea Maluko still matching Shark, and Zubs still on the FC with 99% act this time around. Zubs really popping off on this map. This is already a better score than what he got in last match. Hitting the wiggle streams as well. I mean, wow, this is a hell of a score right now, as both Shark and Korea Maluko both drop. Everybody else on 0 combo in the whole lobby, except for Zubs, who is FCing with 99. Hits that stream as well. This is a hell of a score from him. What a pop-off, actually.
Oh, well, I guess Torian popped off yesterday, so, okay, well, that's unlucky. But still, 800k on that map. Pretty clearly the best score in the lobby on this. No one even breaking above 500k aside from Zubs on this. Very, very awesome pop-off from him, and a third point now for Brazil.
Yeah, unlucky no full combo today for Zubs on the Brazil side, but a very, very good score regardless. Unfortunate act drop, unfortunate slider break, but really, really solid stuff. Just kind of goes to show, I guess, like, Brazil has multiple members who can pop off on these types of maps, right? And so even going into next week, you probably want to be wary of them on stuff like the Precision Hard Rock or even the Tech Hard Rock in HR2, despite the fact that they banned it this time around. I actually think it might have been a very good pick for them. But regardless, we're going to be getting into the next pick for Germany, who just continues picking into the double times.
Yes, I love speed!
Any other speed lovers? I love speed. This one's pretty speedy. This is 281 BPM. Very bursty map at 280 BPM. So yeah, if you're not good at speed, you probably should not play this pick.
We'll say this is definitely more accessible in terms of it being a general speed pick. Pretty much every single long burst in this map is double tappable if you are speed gapped. So it is theoretically FCable even if you don't have the greatest speed. However, your accuracy obviously not going to really be all that nice.
Looks like we are going to be seeing the same lineup in once again for Brazil. No Mistia on this map is really weird to me. But we have not seen Tones, and I don't think we're seeing Nissan in this match. Maybe looking for Mistia to warm up for some other kind of map. I'm just not sure. Maybe something like Go Berserk is in the cards if they have Mistia warming up for something else. I'm just not sure. But these three members for Brazil doing a lot of work at the moment, fending off the entirety of the German squad. I think we've seen just about everybody from Germany already play in this match. We've seen Kriller, KHZ, Shark, Rising. We've seen Willie also play. And Cage, no, we haven't seen one person play from Germany so far, and their name escapes me. I'm sure I will figure it out eventually, but and Royce is the only player we haven't seen from Germany so far. So, I mean, yeah, this is a hell of a performance from these three members so far. Waiting on Korean Maluko, who is apparently disconnected from the lobby, perhaps.
Nope. Just a bit of delay there, a little bit of brain lag. Seems like these will be the rosters that they go with, though, so getting into the third pick for Germany here. Going off the pretty much exclusively picking speed that they are establishing throughout this match.
Not off to the best of starts for Louise here. Does find a couple of breaks early on in the map. probably won't matter too much. In fact, I think the accuracy is going to be a bigger deal than the combo at this rate, with only being about 30 combo down from an FC. And yeah, the accuracy definitely making up a lot of the score lead right now. Rising on 99, KHZ on 98, and Kriller on 98 really points to Germany just kind of winning the ACK battle right now, as nobody on Brazil above 97, only Louise at that mark. Corey Maluko does find a miss alongside Kriller going into this first Ki time, so trade of breaks. Still just keeps the accuracy as the main determining factor. Corey Maluko missing again on the jumps, though, does give a little bit of combo over to Germany.
Yeah, we're going to need to see quite the number of breaks from Germany for Brazil to have. Okay, well, there's one rising, breaking on something there. Corian does trade it, but that's the one person that didn't need to break on Brazil. Zubs does trade it now, so still pretty much 1 FC to 1, and Brazil is not having the greatest of times keeping a consistent combo on this map.
Miss on the squares for Louise means that now KHD is the only full combo left in the lobby for Germany. Gonna be able to close this out pretty cleanly at this point, I think, for Germany. Kriller on big combo and KHZ on the FC means there's really not a chance that Brazil brings this back at all. So we are just gonna be tied up 3-3 after 6 pretty competitive picks between both of the teams. Really good look for Germany going into something like Nomad 5 in particular.
Yeah, Nomad 5 is pretty much the obvious pick for Germany to follow this up with. What is more indecisive is what their last pick would probably be, since there isn't really any other speed maps in the pool. DT1, I guess, somewhat fills that, but not very in terms of your traditional speed requirement. It's more focused on that aim.
Might look to something like a Nomad 4 pick for Germany as a last pick. They have had good times on the tech maps so far. This one, however, pretty focused on the cut streams in this map pool, so maybe something that Brazil actually does fairly well on with their focus on flow aim picks so far. In fact, with the focus on flow aim picks that we have had from Brazil at this point, I'm kind of expecting something like the Nomad 3 as a possible pick for them as well. We talked about Go Berserk as a pick for Brazil. We've talked about even something like Hard Rock 1 as a potential pick, but I think we're kind of looking at stuff like the Nomad 3, maybe the Freemod 2, given that that's basically still flow aim. It's just flow aim jumps instead of flow aim streams. And then Go Berserk, of course, as a low approach rate pick against Germany. Have to be careful with that one, though, because they can overmod Hard Rock and just go 3 Hard Rock if they really felt like it on that map. So definitely one where you need to be comfortable on the map yourselves because of the mod rules in the tournament.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I honestly think, oh, okay, never mind. Nomad 3 will be the pick, so you were actually right in that case. I was thinking they would just go for Freemod 3 here, but we'll be getting into the Nomad pool now. First Nomad pick of the match. And what a pick to start it off with. The alt-oriented, I'd say, way more techie-oriented than alt-oriented, in my opinion, for this pick, but it is primarily focused on alt.
Yeah, I mean, I think this pick makes a lot of sense just because Brazil has been going into like Fremont 1 and Hidden 2 were their first two picks, right? Just makes sense. There's not a lot else to say about it besides that. They have been really, really solid on a lot of the other Flame picks in the pool. Mystia coming in for this pick is definitely interesting. Would not have expected Mystia in for this pick in particular, rather than for something like the Double Time 3. But here we are. We're going to be seeing Mystia, Corey Maluko, and Zubs in for Brazil, Rising, Kriller, and Shark in for Germany on this map.
Yeah, we've seen from the other times this was picked, we've seen quite a lot of difficulty trying to keep a consistent combo on this, mostly from slider breaks. I believe Zubs had an S rank on this with 400k score. So we'll be looking to see if those sliders throw anyone off guard today. Zubs with the early miss on that Pentagon pattern. Not going to be too disastrous. This is a 3-minute long map, and that was within the first 20 seconds, so plenty of time for Germany to trade that at a more inconvenient time.
Really not what you want to see from Zubs early on. Kriller missing as well on the 1/3 jump. Shark missing right in the transition into the first KI time. Zubs is going to match one of those misses, but that is a full combo advantage for Brazil at the moment. Corey Maluko finding a slider break though, and now it's just Mystia versus Rising on the full combos. Ever so slight supporting combo lead for Germany. Now probably about 250 collective combo up for Germany on both Kriller and Shark. Really rough first KI time, though, for both teams here. Everybody missing except for 2 players, so really, really tough first KI time for them.
Well, we'll be getting into the second one. So we'll see what happens, I suppose. Whether or not any of these FCs will drop, given the nerves of looking at the break. So far, it doesn't look like anyone's really... Okay, never mind. There goes Rising. There goes Mystia immediately after. So combo is just still in favor of Germany, actually, off the 100 combo lead that Kriller and Shark have over Zubs and Corion.
Rising?
It's almost pretty much dead even.
Rising missing once again, actually, though, and that basically gives over all that supporting combo back to Brazil. Shark dropping the combo as well. Not going to be good for Germany as Corey Maluko and Zubs continue to hold these 2 other high combos. It is just Kriller with combo for Germany at the moment. Mystia on a good recovery as well for Brazil. And this is why they picked into this alt map for Brazil, right? You have 3 players who are all really, really comfortable on the pick, all still holding these high combos going into the last quarter. And the consistency there is so big for this team as they basically won every pick, not through pop-offs, but through the overall team consistency, with the exception of Hard Rock 3 as their last pick. Zubs and Corey Maluko going to take us into the finish line with that break from Kriller. This is sealed up and sent over to Brazil.
very consistent team performance from Brazil overall. Pretty much every player having more or less the same score. Mistia 580k and Corian Maluko 640k. Very well-rounded performance from everyone there. Corian Maluko, I believe that's a one-time slider break. So that's unlucky, but it's still enough to bring it over the finish line. 4-3 now. And where is No Mod 5?
Yeah, can we get a No Mod 5 here from Germany? Maybe they actually save No Mod 5, you never know. Maybe they save it for their last pick at match point, right? And they try and go for something else to get there. Although, this is a pretty important pick for Germany regardless. If they lose this pick, Brazil is at match point with the next pick. And so you don't really want to give that up. You'd like to be able to save it for your last pick as Germany, but maybe if you are a little bit iffy on what that other pick actually is, you just go for No Mod 5 now and try to figure it out, right? I do think No Mod 4 would be okay. I am not sure about the rest of the maps, though. I mean, No Mod 1, Hidden 1, Hard Rock 1 are all relatively similar. Hidden 1, the big exception there. Very awkward, a little bit bursty this weekend, so a lot of different types of aim in that map, but I don't know. Maybe they go for DT1, maybe they go for No Mod 4. I think both of those are okay as other picks for Germany, and they're likely having the same type of conversation we are right now, trying to figure out, do we pick No Mod 5 right now? Do we pick something else right now and save No Mod 5 for the end? Do we get there if we don't pick No Mod 5 right now? Because I think Go Berserk as a last pick for Brazil is looking pretty good right now for this team, who, despite the limited access to their overall members, has been really, really solid. It is going to be No Mod 5 as the pick right now for Germany, so playing it safe at the moment, but needing to find something else for when they are down match point, very likely after Brazil picks Go Berserk.
Familiar map in the tournament community. Xenobeat, been used in I'd say pretty much every tournament ever made after it was released in, I think, OWC 2020. This is what you'd pretty much expect from a typical No Mod 5. This is a burst map, and it is very stamina intensive. You could use this as a speed practice map, as several players actually have been doing. I know Zudi's been using this frequently. Seems like the rosters are finalized now. We'll be getting into the 7th, or 8th map, rather. Germany's pick to try and tie this up again 4-4.
Looking for our pretty staple performances at this point from KHCN Rising on speed. Kriller here as the backup speed player for Germany as well. Of course, at this point, a very, very good speed player in his own right. But not quite the specialist that you usually expect to see out of. Why is everybody breaking right at the start of the map, by the way? Yeah. Just called Rising and KHC the speed specialist for Germany. They both instantly break. Kriller on the SS still. Everybody breaking. Yeah, everyone is breaking. Just all over the place.
This is not what I expected.
Not at all what I expected here.
Kriller is the only FC remaining on an SS. Just wanted to point that out. Kriller.
Apparently the best speed player in Germany. You know? He's just that good.
That's crazy.
I dropped 100 on literally nothing, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird start to this map. Corey Maluko just misaiming as well and not having the best of times, I think, on this Nomad 5.
We haven't even really gotten to the hard part yet, and there's just misses all over the place. Like, I'm not really sure what these players are missing on right now.
I guess just uncomfortable with the map. For speed players, this is an aim map, and yeah, the aim on this, while it doesn't look that rough, when you are straining to actually tap at the same time, it can be kind of tricky. Kriller and Rising, though, are just gonna carry this map. I mean, there's not a lot else to say at this point. You've got 300k in the lead for Germany, 0 combo on anyone from Brazil. Kriller finally drops the FC over halfway through, but Rising is on 1,000 combo and more. Finally drops that, but yeah, 350k for Germany. I just don't see a way Brazil comes back in this with the repeated breaks from basically everybody on their team.
Yeah. There's just not really any combo for Brazil to capitalize off of, and there is the 4th point that Germany wanted. Unfortunately for them, no more speed abuse. So they're going to have to think about their last pick quite a bit here.
I'm not sure if Rising is having tech difficulties or what, but he is dropping so many misses right now. I was actually losing score for a time there. Basically picked up the pen and reset everything. Not sure exactly what happened there. Didn't end up mattering, though. Still over 300k in the lead for Germany by the end of that map. But you can see exactly, he had, I don't know exactly what happened in the last quarter of that map, but 31 misses basically in the last quarter of that pick after dropping the highest combo in the lobby. Definitely screams some kind of tech issue or something similar. Regardless, looking very good for Germany, as always, on the speed picks here. Like you said, though, no speed left in the map pool. So we're going to have to see them pick something else for their final pick. Both teams tied up 4-4. Not quite at that tiebreaker mark, but we are quickly approaching it here as both of these teams still going punch for punch in this match.
It's going to be interesting to see what Brazil follow up this pick with. Free mod 3, I feel like, is the best course of action here, because Nomad 4, Brazil Tech, and Nomad 1, Hidden 1, Hard Rock 1, DT 1 are all essentially just toss-up maps. You don't really want to be picking into those unless you are, like, very confident in your aim roster. Only really leaves Free Mod 2 and Free Mod 3, and I just think Free Mod 3 is the better pick, and it seems like Brazil agrees.
And this is kind of a pick we've been expecting for a while from Brazil. Go Berserk is going to be their final pick. This is the Black and Other Diff map by Lucent for this map. Not grid snapped, but mapped in a style that makes it feel grid snapped is the best way to describe the mapping here. A lot of stuff distance snapped in this map as well. So you've got quite a lot of distance snapping, fake grid snapping in this pick. ER8, CS5. A lot of overlapping patterns as well in this one to really drive home the point that this is still going to be difficult to read and difficult to aim, even if you take hard rock on it.
We saw a pretty stellar performance from Corian on the hard rock on this yesterday, so we'll see if he can replicate that today.
Wondering if anybody for Germany is going to take hidden on this map. Maybe Kriller goes hidden. Maybe we just see Shark and Willie go hard rock and Kriller can go nomad, just as a matter of comfort on this sort of pick. Corey Maluko probably going hard rock. Louise, I would expect to. Okay, we have Zubs here. Maybe Zubs goes hidden as a mod and Louise goes no mod. You might also just see Louise go, I think hard rock actually, and or Zubs go hard rock and Louise can take no mod. That might be a thing. Brazil might actually go double hard rock on this. Just have Corey Maluko and Zubs take hard rock and have Louise go no mod, especially with how good Zubs has been at hard rock today. We saw the 800k from him on Yori 0 and hard rock 3, so it would make a lot of sense to lean into that comfort on the modification today for both of those members.
We did see Zubs on the hidden the last time this was played yesterday, so I would not be too surprised to see him also just opt to take hidden again. But you were saying Zub is popping off on hard rock right now. He could just opt to say, you know what, I'm just gonna go hard rock. Let's see. We're getting into the map here. Oh, yeah, Luis and Corian Maluko on the double hard rock instead. Really? Zub's going no mod this time. Willie, I'm going to assume that's hard rock because, he is definitely not hitting the notes.
That is definitely hard rock, and for some reason the map just not... Oh, hidden hard rock. Oh, okay.
Also, a slight overmod from the side of Germany. We'll see how that plays out for them. So far, equal misses from Luis and Willie. Gonna keep things pretty much dead even at the start here.
Miss from Zubs on the no mod, matched by Luis on Brazil as well. So that is a double break for Brazil. Corey Maluko now the only full combo remaining for them, up against both Shark and Kriller on the hard rock and no mod respectively. Big combo for Willie as well on this pick, and this is not going the way that Brazil would have wanted it. We are already halfway through this pick, by the way. This is a very, very short map, and so there need to be some misses now from Germany. There go Willie and Kriller, but there goes Corey Maluko as well. Shark needs to miss soon if Brazil want to bring this back. Zubs on the no mod has a recovered combo, drops that as well, and it is only Louise matching Kriller. Shark does find a miss, but is it even going to be enough with no combo on anyone from Brazil? I'm not sure they have the potential to even bring this back.
And Kriller's matching the combo from Louise. Actually, this is getting a bit close at the end here. If Kriller misses, this could get really dicey, and actually, I don't even think he needs to miss. Wait a second. The score lead is shifting over regardless of that fact. Wait a second.
Extra misses from Shark, bringing it over just a little bit. Zub's missing right at the end here. Not going to be enough to swing it back over to Germany. And Brazil able to take it by 43,000 score. Very, very close last pick, but they do manage to bring it to match point 5-4 against Germany. With only 4 players, by the way, Tones and Nissan both not here. Brazil still forcing at least match point against Germany, really showing just how strong this roster is, even missing 2 players.
I just want to... Sorry, Griller. I am very sorry.
Oh. That is a little unfortunate. You do also see 1 100 on Zubs, by the way. 3 100s and 1 miss on Korean Maluko. But yeah, 1 slider break, 0 100s, 0 misses for Kriller. That is rather unfortunate.
Well, they're going to be following it up with Nomad 4, and yep. This is pretty much what we expected.
Yep.
No aim. Goodbye, aim.
Really, neither team picking the aim map in any of the map pools. Nomad 1, Hidden 1, Hard Rock 1, Double Time 1, and Freemod 2 is actually the aim map in Freemod this weekend, so no aim maps at all picked by either team. Last pick for Germany is Crave in the Nomad tech slot, Nomad 4. This is partially slider aim at the beginning and the end, partially stream aim, a lot of cut streams in this map. Very, very reminiscent of what you used to see in 2018, 2019, 2020 with tech maps really being super cut stream heavy, even at a relatively high 192 BPM for a lot of tech picks these days. So a lot of this is going to come down to the flow aim and to finger control, a lot of double spam in this map as well for either team, something that I think is very much a toss-up, much like what we saw on Go Berserk.
Well, when you get to this thin of a map pool, you just have to really rely on those toss-ups. Because you'd be picking into aim, which is arguably even more of a toss-up than just picking into this tech map here.
I'll see if this is the correct toss-up to pick for Germany right now. Korean Maluko and Louise in the lobby waiting on probably Zubs as a last player for Brazil. We should be seeing him come in soon here. Shark Kriller and Rising for Germany looking to close this one out. I think this is the right roster for this pick. You probably do not want KHZ in for this pick in particular. It's going to be Mistia actually coming in for Brazil this time around. So yeah, looking like a good roster for Brazil on this pick. Willie and KHZ being left out of this pick one, I think makes sense for Germany. We have not seen Anroy's all match, by the way, so I don't think that he is actually present for any of these maps. Does mean this is probably going to be the roster Germany runs with. Let's see this last map, Nomad 4. Whether Germany can clutch out the tiebreaker or whether Brazil, with 4 players out of 6, is able to take the early win off of Germany and knock them out of the tournament.
I have to be honest, I have never seen this map. So I'm going into this without knowing what exactly these players are getting into. And oh my god, those are cut streams. Corian, the only person to break on those somehow.
Breaker Louise on some of the slider aim in this section as well. And like I talked about, yeah, you're getting into an almost Rail-AZ-esque tech map here. Lots of cut streams in this pick. Lots of double spam in this middle section as well, getting away from some of the slider aimy portions near the beginning here. Shark just chain missing those cut streams though, but Mistia resetting right alongside him. Kriller and Rising still holding on to the double full combo right now for Germany.
Yeah, this is looking like a likely tiebreaker situation, assuming Kriller and Rising don't just have the worst day of their life. Which, even if they did, I don't think it actually would matter at this point. Only half of the map remaining, and it's 300k score difference and growing.
I'll never say never. We could get a complete swap of the combos on this map if we see some really unlucky misses on some of the cut streams for Germany. This section in particular, really, really tricky to deal with between the doubles, the cut streams, the slider aim. Louise, however, going to be the one finding a miss during this section as Kriller and Rising just continue to pop off. Expected both of them, particularly Kriller, almost without a doubt the best tech player in Germany. Corian Maluko and Mistia actually, okay, there we go. Corian missing there really seals this up, I think. 500,000 score and climbing for Germany as Kriller holds on to the full combo.
And it is now tiebreaker time. And just based on how this went, Nomad 4, I'd argue Germany is looking pretty good for the tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is a lot more gimmick-oriented like this in comparison to some more generic tiebreakers that you'd see. Kriller bringing home the FC, Rising with the one miss.
Is this the second tiebreaker I think we've had this weekend? So may want to talk about this map a little bit here. This tiebreaker, a final showdown for both of these teams on another Course Ace Open 2020 map. This is Tapioca by Usao, mapped by Raelazy. I believe this is a collab map, about 205 BPM on this diff. Very, very tricky overall map. Anything from 205 BPM stamina to high spacing jumps, a lot of awkward aim, a lot of slider aim, a lot of really tricky cut stream stuff in this map. But you can hear during those screams where high velocity reverse sliders make their way into the map. Very easy to trip up on them if you are sight reading, but with how much this map has been used and how many times it has found itself in the community tournament sphere, I think most of these players are going to be very familiar with this map already.
To the dark side.
Yep, this is indeed a Usao song, in case you couldn't tell.
All right, looking like these are the lineups for both teams. These three players for Brazil have been in on just about every map in this match, and Demistia coming in a couple of times through this match to secure some crucial points for Brazil. But Corian Maluko, Zubs, and Louise have been here through basically every pick. Kriller, Rising, and Shark, I think a solid lineup for Germany on this map as well. Very similar to their Nomad 4 lineup that just took that last point off Brazil. Looking very, very good for Germany going into, I think, honestly, a relatively similar tiebreaker to what you kind of see in the Nomad 4 pick this weekend, with kind of how generalized the skill sets are in that Nomad 4, as opposed to the really super specific slider aim skill you tend to see in Nomad 4 these days. That last map, much more overall skill set focused than a lot of other tech maps you get, and I think that bodes very well for Germany on this tiebreaker. A couple players who you expect to do well on this map, Kriller in particular to shout out from Germany, Corian Maluko, who has been the mainstay carry player for Brazil in on literally every single map throughout this match. You expect him to do very, very well on this map as well.
We're getting into some of the little fast, quirky sliders here. No one being caught off guard from the first one, so good news, they have played the map before. Be smooth sailing for the first fourth of this map here, but now we're going to get into more of the technically difficult parts of the map pretty shortly here.
The aim in these sections so awkward. Catching Zubs off first. Nobody else having missed so far. 5 full combos still in the lobby. You can see these slider jumps really tricky though. Corey Maluko and Rising both dropping on them. But that leaves Luis as the only full combo for Brazil up against both Kriller and Shark on this map. Kriller, in particular, I think the player everybody expects to do the best on Germany, likely to full combo if anyone does in this lobby. But
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. You said it. You said it.
Yes!
Congratulations. Luis also almost missing on that little cut stream there, but it is 1 FC to 1. Combo advantage is in favor of Brazil quite considerably now, off Rising breaking as well. In the halfway part of the map, so this lead is going to shift over back to Brazil.
Alright, we're gonna get the next slider aim section here. This drop catching Zubs off right at the start. The supporting combo's gone. All the full combos gone. The entire bottom row of players all missed during that section as Corey Maluko and Kriller now left to battle it out with the only high combos in the lobby. About 180 combo up for Corey Maluko over Kriller right now. Does mean the score lead should start to go slowly in the favor of Brazil. This is a very long map though. 180 combo advantage is not going to do much all that quickly. You look at the accuracy as well though. The supporting scores for Luis and Zubs, better accuracy than on Rising and Shark at the moment. And so you do get a, I think, ever so slight increase in score for Brazil right now. Entirely dependent, however, on Corey Maluko holding this combo. And for Germany, if you want them to come back, you need Kriller to hold when Corey Maluko doesn't. Just as it happens there, the slider aim catching Corey Maluko. And now this combo for Kriller going to start to bring the score back to Germany's side.
Man, it sure would be a shame if Kriller had some unfortunate miss right now that happened in the middle of nowhere in the last third of the map remaining. Never mind. I was hoping he would misread that triangle slider, but nope. Guess not. I guess that's not going to happen.
Rising, however, is going to be missing on the burst there. Corey Maluko, the one to misread the triangle slider instead of Kriller. The ending to this map just not giving Kriller any trouble, passing 1,000 combo at this point. And despite the repeated misses from Rising, I think that's going to be enough to bring the score lead back over to Germany's side here. It's going to be close though. Shark missing now. Kriller misreading the reverse slider. And that is now combo one. Louis is the only player with big combo. Corey Maluko as support as well. Is Brazil going to be able to take this match against Germany? Only 4 players actually going in during this match, but these 3 in particular have just been going off all match long, and it seems like the extra combo on Corian and Louise is going to be able to carry them through to the finish line.
Yeah, just one more hard part, really. And this score gap is pretty sizable, all things considered. And just repeated misses from Germany. Kriller as well, missing. It's just Shark, and Shark doesn't have nearly as much combo to counter Luis, and Luis is going to hold through that section, and that pretty much just seals it. There's not really anything you can miss on at the ending here. That is, Luis needed to pop off at one point on the map, and my god, he did. And that is going to be Brazil taking 6-5 with 2 of their players missing against Germany, one of the favorites I'd say, in a 3-digit World Cup.
It was an absolutely fantastic overall scoreline from Brazil as well. All throughout this match, they have just been so consistent in their overall team scores, right around 450k for basically all three members actually on that map. Louise, the only member to break 1,000 combo, right up at 570k, and then Zub's down at 350k to bring up the rear. But I mean, the name of the game for Brazil on just about all of these maps was team consistency. They only had, I think, Fiore Zero was the only map they really won due to a standout performance. And even then, if Zubs had just gotten 450k instead of 850k, they still would have won that pick. Team consistency for these three members in particular from Brazil is just outstanding, and it is the reason why they are able to take this match against Germany 6-5, knocking out the second seed from qualifiers in Germany in 7th place and advancing to top 6 themselves for Brazil.
Brazil definitely has a bit of a ways to go, though. They're going to be facing off against France, seed number 1 in the finals weekend.
Basically, all of these teams that are left at this point are all monstrous, very, very strong teams left up in the finals weekend. We have Hong Kong versus Indonesia, seed 12 versus seed 7 out of qualifiers in the winners bracket finals. And in the losers bracket, the only team from top 6 remaining actually in the top 6 is France versus Brazil next weekend, as well as South Korea versus China in the losers bracket. We're down to the top 6 teams in the 3-digit World Cup. And if you want to see the maps that they are competing on next weekend, you can stick around in about a half hour here at 18 UTC. We will be going over the finals map pool showcase. Next weekend, we will get the finals round. We have 2 weeks left in the tournament, finals and then grand finals. So if you want to follow along with the rest of the tournament, join the Discord for the tournament so that you can follow along with the matches, take a look at all the results, take a look at all the statistics as they get released. Otherwise, if you're looking forward to the finals weekend as much as we are, we'll see you back here in a half hour for that map pool showcase at 18 UTC.